What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at the Christmas Chronicles 2, the sequel to the first Christmas Chronicles movie. This time around, the story centers around the character of Kate, who is now entering pre-teen stage and is acting very rebellious against the idea of her mom finding a new man in her life. Well, all the while, this outcast evil elf named Belsnickel is having a plot to cancel Christmas because he has a grudge against Santa Claus. Now, Kate and her friend Jack must team up with Santa Claus to save Christmas. That's the overall plot of Christmas Chronicles 2. Let's talk about it. I enjoyed Christmas Chronicles 2. I think the first movie is a little bit better than this one, though I think in some areas, this movie is, in this movie, I think the first Christmas Chronicles movie is a better movie, though I think that the sequel does offer a lot of new things. Uh, One of the main things about the Christmas Chronicles that I actually did enjoy was that we actually get to explore Santa's village. We actually get to go to the North Pole, and I like the look of the North Pole. It has this childlike dream quality to it. It looks like the coolest place on earth. And I like the fact that it was built by Mrs. Claus, who was played by Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn, who had made a cameo in the first movie, is now in this movie. And it's a pleasure it's always a thrill to see Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell on screen together. And it's only appropriate that they play Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Their on screen chemistry, they're just so natural together. And a lot of that has to do with them already being a real life couple, but they're just so right on screen. They have a loving chemistry, and you can tell, and it just radiates right off the screen. They have unbelievable chemistry with one another. Cannot say enough good things about Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell as an on-screen couple. But separately in this movie, I thought Goldie Hawn as Mr. Claus was a lot of fun. I liked her performance. It was she gave a really motherly presence to the film. It worked for me, and I like it. Kurt Russell as Santa Claus, I liked him in the first movie. No different in this movie. He was a lot of fun. The character of Kate this time around, she's entering her preteen stage, so she's acting rebellious, kind of sort of like how her brother was in that first movie. Only this time around, it's for a little more different reasons. That first movie, her brother was lashing out at the fact that his father was gone. In this movie, she's lashing out because she can't accept the fact that her mother now has a new man in her life. This guy called Bob, played by Tyrese Gibson, who was only in the movie for all of 5 minutes. And nothing against Tyrese Gibson. In some movies, I think he's good. In this one, I don't know what it is about his performance in this movie. He just seemed like he was reading off a page. Not once did I ever feel that Tyrese was giving a natural performance in this movie. The kids, on the other hand, they look like they gave a natural performance. The young actor who played Jack, who is the character of Bob's son, he really had an innocent quality to him. He plays the typical kid who's afraid of everything, who needs to find the courage to be a hero, pretty much, which he discovers along the movie, especially once the character of Belsnickel comes to Santa's village and starts causing chaos, which causes Dasher, one of the reindeers, to get brutally injured by a Yuletide cat. This, of course, leads Jack to find the only thing that could save. And, of course, while that's happening, the elves have gone crazy because of this character, who was played by Julian Dennison. Speaking of which, the character Julian Dennison as Belsnickel, I thought he was a lot of fun playing the villain. I thought he was pretty fun, and I like the whole idea of him being an elf who was turned to human. He pretty much became, and this whole thing of Belsnickel is that he became increasingly jealous of everything, and that he doesn't like humans. So he became the thing that he hated, which was a human. So I like that whole backstory. We get more of a backstory to Santa Claus with the whole Star of Bethlehem and going to Turkey and things like that. So that was pretty cool, filling in those little gaps, seeing the origin of Santa Claus when he was just going around as old Saint Nick, and filling in the backstory and filling in the origin for the character of Belsnickel, getting his side of the story. I thought that was fine. I like when Santa and Kate go back in time to 1990, where Kate gets to see her father, pretty much around the same age that she was, and he helps her out. That had a very cool Back to the Future Part 2 quality to it. Not a fan of the big dance number that broke out in the airport. That's the thing. When it comes to these Christmas Chronicles movies, the two dance numbers that happen in both films, I didn't care for them. I don't know why. They just brought the movie down for me. I didn't really see what the purpose was of making a musical in the middle of the movie. It's kind of distracting in a way. Didn't like it. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that the mom having a boyfriend character was kind of downplayed, and Tyrese Gibson just didn't really give a convincing performance to me, at least. The character of Teddy is completely non-existent in this movie. He appears in the beginning for like 5 minutes, and then he comes back in the end for like a 1 minute. He's completely gone. I think it would have been cool if it was Teddy, Kate, and Jack going to the North Pole together. I thought that would have been pretty cool. But we didn't get that because the Teddy character is pretty much wiped away to the side, so that way the movie can focus more on the Belznickel character. I think this movie could have done a better job at balancing out its characters. I mean, this time around, this movie is directed by Chris Columbus, who is famous for doing the Home Alone movies, and the Harry Potter, and I think the first two Harry Potter movies. So Columbus is a well seasoned director. So I'm pretty shocked that he wasn't able to find a way to balance out some of these characters. But it is what it is, I guess. Production value of this movie is fine. It's no different than that first movie. It looks good. The stuff in the North Pole is where this movie really shines with its production design. It looks fantastic. I love the whole look. It really does look like a winter wonderland, and it looks like something that a 5-year-old kid would dream up. It's really really cool how they brought the Santa's Village to life. I liked it a lot. Didn't really care for the whole joke about saying Santa Claus's village should be Mrs. Claus's village. I didn't think that joke was any funny, to be honest with you. I thought it was like, I just thought it was whatever. But I do like, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, this movie does have more to it. Like Malcolm McDowell makes an appearance as this elf called Hawken, who helps Santa build a new Bethlehem Star container after Belznickel steals it, so he can start his own. So he can go to the South Pole and start his own little thing as an anti-Santa Claus. No, that was pretty fun. And the whole, and of course the ending, yeah, it's sappy. You know, at the end of the movie, Belznickel discovers the true meaning of Christmas and becomes an elf again. And then we do another sing-along where everyone's singing the old Christmas tree. I would not have minded if we didn't have the musical number at the airport. If we would have gotten rid of that musical number at the airport and just had the old Christmas tree be the ending, I would have been fine with it. Instead, you had two musicals pretty much, and it's way too much sappy for my taste. So yeah, end of the day, I'm gonna give Christmas Chronicles 2. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I like the first one better, but this one did have some fun moments to it. Though I think it was a little too, what I think was a little sappy overload for my taste. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Christmas Chronicles 2. Let me know yours in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back.